Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over a number of ways that you can, or a number of exercises that you can use to develop your footwork to improve your Kumite or your sparring. So we know that footwork is kind of one of the most important things. If you are unable to get into your opponent, you cannot attack them. And if you cannot get away from your opponent, it's going to be very difficult to defend your opponent's attacks as well. So there's going to be a few drills here, quite simple and easy, that you can do probably at home and also in the dojo to make your Kumite a little bit more enjoyable and to get you better at it. I've got Nat Hearn here today as well. He's going to demonstrate with me. So let's get straight into the first one. So the first exercise is a simple getting into your fighting position. And I just want to be shifting forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. Always try to maintain or keep on the balls of the feet. I don't want to be going heels first. It's not good for the body for a start, and it's also very poor movement. We want to be on our toes so the Achilles can be kind of engaged and we can spring fast and have that kind of plyometric action as we move. I don't also believe that we need to be bouncing too much, too high. You know, this ends up becoming like a cardio situation really, where you're bouncing too much and wasting energy. It's also very easy for your opponent to kind of pick their time and hit you at the right or the wrong time in your case. So what I want to do from here then is stay on the balls of the feet. I want to apply pressure through the back foot, extend my stance and then catch it up. I don't want to bring my feet close together and do this kind of work. So I don't want to be closing and extending. That is a way we can move, but for this exercise, I want to be doing this other version. Okay, so it's just a shift forwards and a shift back. Forwards and back. Try to maintain the same height as well, so I'm not coming up and down. Again, like I said about the bouncing, I want to kind of feel like I'm gliding. So I just shift, 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 shift. Of course, we work both sides. So same thing, just a little shift, forwards, back. Maintaining that guard and also keeping that awareness. So I'm not kind of mindlessly going through these movements as if we're doing like an aerobics class. I'm actively kind of picturing what I'm doing with my opponent as I'm doing this work. So I'm here and I'm thinking about applying pressure, push. You know, imagine how that feels to your opponent and what you're doing with that action. You know, keep the guard up and then they're coming back. Okay, a little bit of pressure backwards here. Okay, ready to move and keeping those hands up. Always being aware of what is going to be happening within the fight there. So a progression from that one then is to have a shift forwards, backwards, switch stance, forwards, back, switch, forwards, back, switch, forwards, back. Again, we're trying to stay low. So if I'm facing my partner here, I want to be kind of staying low so I can shift in here, underneath almost, like I'm coming under, low here, ready, wound up so I can attack this way. So my legs are fully engaged the whole time. I don't want to be coming up high where I'm at a disadvantage and he can sink his punch into me this way. I want to stay low here, shifting here. I've got that Ashibaraya and I can throw techniques from that position, okay? So from here again, it's low, shift, back, switch, shift, back, switch. So the third exercise, we're going to be adding some lateral movement, some sideways movement. So from here, I want to bring my front foot back and shift across to my left this way and then come back into guard. Okay, so I'm back here, shift across, come back into guard. Back, shift, forwards. Back, shift, forwards. Back, shift, forwards. So if I look at the square mat that I've got right now, I'm kind of working around the back three sides of the mat. So I'm coming side, across, forwards. Side, across, forwards. Side, across, forwards. Always maintaining that guard as we're doing so. Okay, this is teaching us now to sort of move back and also shift off to the side, because as my opponent is attacking, I don't want to be constantly going back. If he just sends a barrage of punches to the head, I don't want to keep going back because he's going to hit me with one in the end. So I need to get into this habit of sitting back on the first and slipping off for the second or third. Okay, so I need to get out of the way of that barrage of attacks. So the fourth exercise, we're going to start adding some hands into this now, because we have to get the idea of going from sort of movement and back into attacking as a good habit. So what I want to do from here then is get into my guard again, thinking about what I'm doing. Imagine my opponent. I want to slip back, parry and attack, come back in with a counter attack. Okay, it can be any hand technique from here, but I want to slip and counter, just working here. Slip and counter attack, just working on combining that first movement of shift back that we had earlier on in the first one to a parry and then straight back to attack. Okay, so we're now switching from defense to attack as quick as possible. So we're just progressing with these exercises from here. Imagine the attack comes in, shift and counter. From here saying shift and counter attack, please. As he comes in with his front hand, I'm shifting back and returning straight away with my own counter there. Same, I can go here, shift, and come in low with my own counter attack. Okay, just getting that back foot loaded as he comes in, kind of loading the back foot like a spring, and then using that recoil from the stance to just drive myself back into him. So the fifth exercise now, we are, with these exercises, kind of building up a system of practice that can allow us to have an answer to sort of most things, or a good foundation at least for sparring. So what I want to do now is change angle, okay? Not all sparring happens on a front and back, like a linear position or a linear line. I want to now swing my back foot around 45 degrees and come in with a counter attack. So I'm working here, same thing again. Imagine what's happening. They come in with some kind of attack, I sit across and I draw my counter from there, okay? So I'm pivoting around the front foot this way. I'm not going outside here because I'm leaving my body. I want to pivot around this way and send my attack. Okay, so from there, it's back foot pivots and drill. Yeah, just working here. Pivot and drill. Same thing, keeping those hands up, ready. Imagining what's going on, pivot that back foot, draw that hand back in. Okay, so that looks a little bit like this as the attacker comes in then. He comes in with maybe a reverse punch, a Gaksuki. I'm pivoting around the back to come in with my own counter attack. If we switch sides so you can see a little better. From here, he comes in with that straight attack to the body. And that's it. I'm pivoting around here so I can drill my own couple of techniques from that position. Okay, the sixth one, I'm going to bring a kick into it. So this is going to be the final exercise for this kind of foundation of sparring or kumite movements. I'm going to, again, take an idea from earlier. I'm going to slip back here, but as I do so, I'm going to come back and pop up a Mawashigeri to the head. Okay, a front leg roundhouse kick. What I must then think of is opening my back hip. So as I come back, my back foot is rotating, turning my hip, opening up so I can then lift that kick and send in to the head this way, okay? I don't want to come back and try and fight almost like a crescent kick looking type thing. I want to sit back here, turn my body away, lift up that kick, that's it, and snap that kick out from there, okay? So attack comes in, slip back and pop the kick up from that position. Again, maintain that awareness, or zanshin, we call it in karate. Maintain that focus after. As I come back here, I send that kick and I'm still here because we are not done. You know, we may have to continue delivering techniques or defending against techniques, okay? We are not done after one technique in Kumite. So again, I mentioned before, but I don't like this feeling of hitting and kind of celebrating afterwards, okay? Deliver the kick and be ready for the next one because it may still be coming. So what it kind of looks like maybe is I'm sitting back here, he throws anything, maybe a front or a backhand. He comes here, I sit back and send that kick as he comes in, okay? So I'm just kind of riding the technique back there and popping that kick up. Like I said, being ready for whatever's coming next. Don't relax after that first technique. Okay, so there's 6 different exercises that progressively kind of get more advanced, I suppose, that are going to help you to give you a good foundation in movement for Kumite. Because a lot of times people say to me in class, I don't know what to do, you know, and the first thing we need to do then is understand how we should move. If you don't know how to move, the rest of it doesn't matter. You know, you can have the best reverse punch in the world. If you don't know how to get that in there, it's not going to land, right? So we have to understand how we should be moving in our sparring in order to not get hit and also to hit. All right, so thanks again to Nat Hearn for coming in the video today and demonstrating with me. If you'd like to see a video on how we prepare Nat for his competitions at a high level, we may do something like that as well very soon. So let us know in the comments if you'd like to see that. I also want to mention my partnership with Art Martial Clothing, a martial arts inspired lifestyle brand that does all kinds of clothing designs, you know, hoodies, trousers, t-shirts, all this kind of stuff. I'm wearing their brand new Bruce Lee inspired dragon t-shirt today. So I'll put a link in the description of this video and a discount code so you can get 20% off for new orders or first time orders. Check them out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, and I'll see you next time.